Today is an extremely exciting day because today we're going to be making a 10 gram pure solid 24 karat gold ring for a customer. So we've freed this little bar out of the package, and so the first step is going to be to anneal the metal. We need to make it red hot, and this will make it workable for us. So now we can start the majority of the process, which is just hammering about 1,000,000 times. And about halfway there, it starts to look really cool. You can kind of see the crushed gold look, which I love. It looks really cool in my opinion. Or you can also heat it up a ton and melt it, and that gives it a super shiny gold look. That's cool as well. But here we are with hammered to about the right size that we need. And once we form it around here and finally make it ring shaped, we can go ahead and heat it up enough so carefully to not melt the whole ring, but to weld those two pieces together. And we'll finish off with 1,000,000 hammers again on the mandrel. After a little bit more shaping, here she is. And what I'm gonna do, I love the sharp edge corners. I think they look amazing, but wearability, I have to go through and file all the edges down because it just makes it so much more comfortable and so much easier to wear every day. Also, I have the option, and this guy wanted rounded rather than square edges. So, and after the filing, here she is, and we're ready for the moment of truth. I'm gonna weigh this because a lot of people were asking, does the ring actually weigh 10 grams when you're done? So you start with 10 grams. In this case, it would have stayed 10 grams, but as you can see, after the filing, you do lose a tiny bit of gold, which is so hard about the filing because like I said, I love the comfortability of filing it down, but it obviously comes with a tiny bit of cost. But either way, now let's get into the juicy details of how much I made on this ring, because there's a lot of comments on here saying that I'm charging way too much. So the cost of gold on this guy, it was expensive the day I bought it. It was $1,500 for 10 grams. This guy actually used a coupon code, so he got his for about $1,850. And I know that kind of makes it seem like, oh, okay, you scored. You made about $450 on this ring. That's not quite how it works. Etsy takes a lot of fees off, but that is why the fees are a little bit more expensive on Etsy than they are on my website. So the fees included took off about $270. So after all those fees, I paid $21 to ship it to this buyer. What do you guys think? Am I crazy or am I overcharging?